Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Not only that, you're watching Aurora Weather here on the second largest city's first daily weather report. The weather, as always, comes from the National Weather Service of Chicago, delivered to you here on Good Morning, Aurora. So, I know you see a lot of sun behind me, but don't get crazy. We got a lot to talk about. Now, today, the daytime high is going to be 82 degrees, okay? The daytime low is going to be 76, but there are a lot of details to consider today as well. You see the cloud emoji. It's going to get a little bit dicey this afternoon. We can expect scattered afternoon showers and isolated storms, mainly north of I-80. Now, tonight, check it out. 66 degrees for the nighttime high, 59 degrees for the nighttime low. A cloudy night tonight, but no rain. That lack of rain transitions us into tomorrow. Look at that bright sunshine emoji. Not a drop of rain anywhere. 81 degrees for the daytime high, 75 degrees for the daytime low. If you barbecue, save a brother a plate. Tomorrow night, 67 degrees for the nighttime high, 61 degrees for the nighttime low. Saturday night looks like it'll be nice and clear as well. Now, as we get into Sunday, what do we notice? 87 degrees for the daytime high, 80 degrees for the daytime low, but a 20 to 40% chance of thunderstorms, scattered showers, widely possible northwest of I-55. Sunday night, 71 degrees for the nighttime high, 65 degrees for the nighttime low, and a 20 to 50% chance of thunderstorms as well on Sunday night. That, to me, is going to be awesome. You guys know I love bad weather. Monday, 87 degrees for the daytime high, 80 degrees for the daytime low. The rain, storms, and thunderstorms and showers from Sunday night continue into Monday daytime, 40 to 70% chance of thunderstorms. So that means it's going to be likely. Now look at Monday night, 69 degrees for the nighttime high, 64 degrees for the nighttime low, 30 to 50% chance of scattered thunderstorms possible. Let's recap. Today, 82 degrees for the daytime high, 76 degrees for the daytime low. Keep your eyes on the rain. Tomorrow, 81 degrees for the daytime high, 75 degrees for the daytime low. There will be no rain predicted tomorrow. 87 degrees for the daytime high and 80 degrees for the daytime low on Sunday with a humdinger of 20 to 40% chance of rain. And on Monday, 87 for the high, 80 degrees for the low. That is your weather report here on Good Morning Aurora. Now, we got something for you guys today. Our dear friend Mariana Martinez is back from Copley. We're going to learn about health, wellness, and walking with the doc. Let's do it. We did it. That was awesome. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9:05 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We have a friend returning. She's back, and she brought hats, she brought pins, she brought news, and all kinds of great stuff. Our guest today is our friend Mariana Martinez of Rush Copley. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right.
I think this is my first English segment, actually.
Is it?
Yep. I've done it.
It is. You have, because you've been at a few of our locations, but the English is the first. Grab your mic and bring it towards you. There you go.
Does that work?
There you go. Yep. I should have been looking at that. But yeah, I'm glad to have you on for the English version for the very first time.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to it.
Doing great things. So you do a whole lot with Rush Copley, but for the listeners, tell us about your position and how long you've been with Rush Copley before we get started.
So with Rush Copley, I've been there for a little over 11 years in community outreach. I started originally in our cancer center, mainly working with Spanish-speaking breast cancer patients, navigating them, mainly uninsured, underinsured patients, working with the Spanish breast cancer support group, really connecting them and having a sense of community. Sometimes you feel like you're going through that journey on your own.
Right.
And at times we don't speak about it too much. So, and you can learn from others that are going through that journey, might have some suggestions of what worked well, or maybe similar treatment plans where you can kind of learn from one another what to expect, and just have someone that knows what that journey feels like. Sometimes you might be the first one in your family going through that diagnosis. So just having a space where you could just kind of vent for a little bit. Most often when I would talk to individuals about this support group, the first comment is usually, I don't want to go just cry and talk about my diagnosis. And I said, well, I'm not going to say we don't cry, because sometimes we did, but a lot of the times we laughed and we formed this sense of community that was just wonderful. So it's a really nice system to have. And now we have gone beyond that, and now we also have Waterford Place,
right.
Our Cancer Resource Center. Most recently now in our Office of Community Engagement. So there I help, hospitals are required to do community health needs assessment. So last time I was here with Karina, we talked about our community survey where we really want to have that community voice. So I help lead those efforts along with my vice president, Alex. And then we also develop a community improvement plan, which is 3 years. And we do the community health needs assessment in conjunction with the other hospitals in King County and the health department and the Inc. Mental Health Alliance. I also work on community initiatives, so whether it's creating programmings or resources in the community. Most recently, we've done like those Spanish CPR classes at Waterford Place. We've done one also at a church in English. So depending on also listening to some community needs, but also looking at opportunities to partner and collaborate at the same time. So we're not duplicating efforts. And then we are developing strategies around our anchor mission, which are specific neighborhoods where we want to have more intentional outreach engagement to provide a healthier environment, healthier communities. And we know it's not just the access to the services they have at the hospital. It's also the built environment where individuals live, their neighborhoods, what they have access to. All of those influence the health of an individual and of a community. So most often you can sometimes have heard when we're talking about health equity strategies that we don't want a zip code to define your health outcomes. So we really want to change that within our communities. So that's kind of what my work entails. I am also on a couple boards representing both Rush Copley. So I'm on the Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley, which is one of the boards I really enjoy. And most recently, just earlier this year, I'm officially now the scholarship chair. So each board member has to take on a committee or be involved in a committee. So I pick scholarships. My predecessor from Rush Copley was actually John Diederich, and was able to be nominated to be on the board. And he shared about his experience in the scholarship committee. So last year I reached out to a good group of colleagues that luckily became our committee members within our scholarship committee, and each one reviewed about 50 applicants to be able to distribute funds. We had over 2,000 students apply from the Fox Valley community, and we were able to distribute about $3 million in scholarships to the Community Foundation through donors, through different organizations that have brought forth raising funds to be able to provide those back to students, and not just high school students, non-traditional students, as well. I think our oldest applicant was around their mid-50s, and our youngest is usually around 16, 17 as well.
Right.
So a wide range. And then, of course, where we see each other once a month, Compañeros en Salud.
That's
So
right.
we're recessing this month, so giving you a nice little vacation. But yes, we get together each month, and that's where we help advocate for the health and well-being of our Hispanic Latino community and making sure they have information and resources regarding our program, regarding services in the community. So we're not a service, an organization that provides direct service, but we work in collaboration to look at needs in the community and advocate in that sense.
Yeah, Compañeros en Salud has been a great resource for me to be involved in, be a part of. That information that you guys disseminate or that everybody produces out of that has been great. I mean, a lot of people who've asked me, I work in housing, but people have asked me about other things. Hey, thank you for this. Do you know anybody that has any information on? So it's always good to connect them with good, pertinent, relatable information.
Yes. And it's nice that we finally went back to that hybrid. I know I always like the in-person because you can catch that somebody right before they walk out versus trying to catch their attention sometimes in an email, because nowadays we get so many emails. So
I've gotten
it's nice to have that
I've gotten
in person.
Things done like there.
Yes, you're like, before you leave.
Bring the laptops out.
Exactly. And thankfully for Lulu, Lulu Blacksmith, that formed Compañeros en Salud. And I think it's 25 years this year that Compañeros en Salud has been in place. So that's a lot. That's big to say.
Yeah, I'm glad to be part of it, represent
being
Neighbor
there.
Project. Absolutely. Good morning to Badostoka, Marcy Millhouse Carty, DJ Spanky D. Good morning to you. Maribel Gaitan, Lupita Sanchez, and Stacy Cardona. Saul Olivas is here. He says, good morning from Philadelphia. Boy, tuning in. It's always sunny in Philly, right? Daniel Calderon, Tracy Duran, good morning to all of you great people. Okay, so something that is important, I think we'll talk about Walk with the Doc.
Yes.
Walk with the Doc is extremely important. Tell us about Walk with the Doc and the listeners and its frequency. Is it every Saturday?
It's the second and fourth Saturday of the month. So this was a collaboration where we kind of talked about, like, how can we come together? So one of the opportunities, Allie, who is the director of health programming at the VNA, reached out. And this is actually an initiative started through the VNA. So this is VNA's program, and it's a Walk with the Doc, an initiative to just get individuals to be more active. I talked about the community health needs assessment. In those questionnaires, we always ask how much physical activity you do. And unfortunately, the last couple times we've done it, we've realized our community isn't getting as much physical activity as needed. So we thought, well, one way that could be done, and VNA brought about Walk with the Doc in collaboration with Fox Valley Park District. So I discovered a new park when we collaborated on this, or when I started joining Allie. So there's a park on the west side of Aurora, right by VNA, which is Coach Wilbert Park. And I believe through a grant that both VNA and Fox Valley Park District received, they created a path around that park. And then there's actually, just like there's at Mastodon Lake Park, there's little machines where individuals can exercise. So they've incorporated that in there. So that's a nice initiative. And we partnered when they were looking for a space to bring it indoors. And we did that during the winter time. So about November to March, we bring it indoors to our Rush Copley Healthplex. So individuals can continue to still walk indoors at our track there on the second and fourth Saturday of the month. And then we partnered even further this summer across our Rush System for Health. We have a program about similar getting out and walking, and we do it over 7 weeks over the summertime. So instead of hosting another one at another park, we thought about collaborating. So we're collaborating and hosting these the same day. So we're doing Rush Help for Wellness in conjunction with Walk with the Doc at the same parks. We do it in person. Our kickoff is July 13th at Coach Wilbur Park, and it's 7 weeks long. And we close at the Church Road Park that's on the east side of Aurora. That's right off of Church Road. That also has a nice walking trail around it. So
Wilbur Walters Park is 600 North Highland. Hey, fellas, if we got the Walk with the Doc English flyer, can we flash that on the screen momentarily for these beautiful people to see and check out? Wilbur Walters Park is 600 North Highland, and Church Road Park is 1590 Church Road. Nice.
Yep, and we're there at 10 a.m. The
Awesome.
second and
Thanks,
fourth
fellas.
Saturday of the month. And another part of the walk with the doc is also having that sense of community and kind of getting to know your neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Like I'm born and raised in Aurora, but I had never gone to Coach Burt Park. So I grew up on the east side. So only went to on the west side when we played those nice soccer games.
Right.
But
it's a big city, right?
Yes.
It's a lot to see out here.
So it's nice to have those parks and also have our community get to know your neighbor, get to know individuals that live in your neighborhood.
That's awesome. Okay. And then there is the Rush Copley Patient and Family Advisory Council. This is the
Yes.
one that some of our listeners will see. We've been blasting
Thank
this one out and
you.
about
We
too in
appreciate
LinkedIn. Absolutely. Yeah. Tell us about this. It's a collaboration of patients and family members with Rush.
Correct.
Okay.
So Patient and Family Advisory Council, kind of one of the easiest ways to say, maybe it's like a community sounding board for the hospital.
Okay.
It's a combination of patients, family members, caregivers, in reality, anybody that's had either received services at Rush Copley or has had a family member, a loved one receive services. And we get together once a month. The makeup of the advisory council is of community members and then staff. So we also have staff from administration down to staff that work directly at bedside with patients. And part of this is we want to include some of our patient voice so that we can, with the goal to be able to improve the care, whether that's communication, guidance, policies, and really be able to improve our patient experience for those that are seeking care at Rush Copley.
Okay. Now, how can so we've shared the link to this as
Awesome.
well, and the link is this is on the website, Rush Copley's website.
Yes,
right?
it is. So it's
Okay.
on our website. It also talks about kind of the why, like what are we supposed to be doing? What is the goal of PFAC? And we refer to it very often as PFAC as an acronym. You know, healthcare, we
Absolutely,
love those
right.
acronyms.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we refer to it PFAC. And one of the nice things over the last couple of years, since I moved into our Office of Community Engagement, I started forming part of this because I sometimes bring initiatives and share. So we would often, sometimes by being a member of PFAC, maybe we take a form to you, like we're updating a form. But you know what, this makes sense to us because as healthcare professionals, we know what we want patients to read and understand. But when we have with having PFAC or Patient Family Advisory Council, we take it to them and have them review it.
Right.
And maybe they think, you know what, can question 3 be question 4, or can question 9 be moved up to be question 2, so that the flow and we understand the importance of it. Or if there's an important phone number, instead of maybe putting it on the bottom, can you put it on at the top and bold it, or something as simple as that are some of the recommendations that our Patient and Family Advisory Council. Additionally, it's actually chaired by one employee, which is one right now, is Tammy, who's our director of surgical department. And then we also have a community chair. So it's in collaboration. Then some of our members in the Patient and Family Advisory Council sit on committees. So like Dawn, that's our chair, sits on our quality committee at the hospital. So as they're going over metrics, Dawn is there listening to those metrics that are being reviewed at the same time. And
Very
we continue
cool.
to look at ways to integrate it. And one of the reasons we really also wanted to highlight it, we wanted to come kind of discuss it during our during our Good Morning Aurora segment, is we always strive to have representation that kind of reflects the community that Rush Copley serves.
Right.
So working with Dawn, we look at kind of what is the makeup of our Patient and Family Advisory Council, and we also come to the conclusion that we are seeking more representation from individuals in King County, and more than anything, our Hispanic Latino community. So if you're interested in kind of live in Aurora's King County area or Sugar Grove, King County, we're looking for a representation in those neighborhoods, and more than anything, our Hispanic Latino community as well. Because we want to make sure every voice is reflected. And we've seen when we have those voices at the table, how those conversations change a little bit because we
Sure.
get perspective from others.
Sure. Fellas, real quick, if we have the PFAC flyer, the mostly green one with the beautiful folks at the top of it, if we can flash that one just so people can get ready to see it when we share it on our Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, because we've shared that one a lot. That's the one. That's the one that we've done. We got some music here. That's not the flyer, but that was a good day though. But thank you, fellas. Thank you. We have the flyer. We'll be sure to share. We also have the flyer in Spanish too.
And any questions, even if, and we can speak of this later on Buenos Dias, but even if an individual might not speak English, we can also provide interpretation. If we have a Spanish speaker that wants to be part of PFAC, we can provide that interpretation for them to be there as well. And we meet once a month for about 90 minutes. We do entice you by providing you with a nice dinner.
Oh, y'all give food too?
We give you dinner.
Come on now. Curtis, I'm signing up, dude. Heck yeah.
Before we kind of get into the nitty gritty of our 1 hour meeting and just have great conversation.
Of course.
And engagement. So.
All right, 9:20 is the time. Brent, good morning to you. DJ Omarin is here. Good morning to you as well. Now, can we talk about you got a family festival going on here. Let me see. Summer Arts Family Festival. Enjoy creativity and community at an event featuring art activities, live music, and family-friendly fun. What's happening with this at Waterford?
So at Waterford Place, for those that might not know, it's our Cancer Resource Center. Okay. So there you can see Omar, who's our manager there, and then Deanna and Ruth can greet you there as well. And Waterford Place provides programming and services free of charge to anybody impacted by cancer.
Okay.
So this isn't just the individual going through the journey, but we know cancer impacts the entire family or the entire maybe network of friends and caregivers. So also patients' families can take part in the programming, their friends, or maybe if the patient might not be ready or the participant might not be ready, their family members can come and take advantage of some of the programs and services. So one of the ways we try to create is also some normal experiences for our patients and their families, because it's constant doctor's appointments or limitations, or a space where maybe they have to share that their loved one is going through a journey. So maybe you go to your child's activities at their school, but you have to share that you can tell you're going through that cancer journey, and you might hesitate to participate. We try to create those experiences at Waterford Place where you can still take advantage of those family moments, or we help create some of those family moments for families while they're going through that journey. So that's what that family festival is going to be doing. So over the summer, we have our therapy pets. So the pets that go and visit patients while they're at the hospital, they actually come out and they're there, and the families can pet them. They are doing activities with chalk on the sidewalk, and then we're also having face painting, where Sora is going to be doing some of that face painting there. So I know she's been on the Buenos Dias Aurora segment a couple times.
Oh yeah, she's part of everything.
Yeah, so she's going to be there doing some face painting. So that's the goal of activities like the family festival. We do something around Halloween at the same time, and then in December we also provide an opportunity, or Omar and his team provide an opportunity to do portraits. So family portraits, there's an organization, they'll come out, they'll take professional pictures, and then they're emailed to the individual so that they have some of those moments. And again, all programming and all services are free of charge at Waterford Place.
Fellas, can we show the Summer Arts Family Fest, the English version, on the screen? If we can cue that up for these beautiful people at home so they can be like, oh, yeah, I saw that flyer. I remember what it looks like. DJ Suave Smooth is here. Good morning to you. And Christina Morga, good morning to you as well.
And it's not only for, even though it's a program and resource through Rush Copley, you don't have to be a patient of our cancer center. So you could be a patient from any type of cancer center, or had gone through that journey a while back. Sometimes you run into individuals that maybe didn't get the opportunity to kind of really talk about their cancer journey.
Sure.
So that they can always come back at different moments to take advantage of the programmings and resources offered there.
Okay, registration is required. Thanks a lot, fellas. I appreciate that. That's the flyer, ladies and gentlemen. You guys will see that on our...
And that's one of those therapy puppies that's right there on that picture.
You guys will see this being shared on all of our social media, so get ready for it. Registration is required for the event. You can register online at waterfordcrc.com, or you can call 331-301-5280. The time is 9:24 a.m. We got just a couple of minutes left. Now there is a hold on, where the food at? Barbecue, backyard barbecue for men facing cancer. Wanted to bring this up. August 3rd, 4 to 7 p.m. Tell us about this.
So one of the support groups, so we offer support programs at Waterford Place, and there's a men's group that gets together. So sometimes you want to just share about what you're going through, but in a group of individuals that understand. So there are some of our support groups that might be only for men or women or individuals going through a specific type of cancer. So the men's group is one that continues to grow, and Omar just established a collaboration with an organization that is really focused on men's journeys through cancer. So this is what that opportunity is providing, just somewhere where men can come get together. Sometimes when we go to Waterford Place, it's very we're going to talk about your emotions, talk about what you're going through, and maybe you're like, you don't want that touchy-feely moment at that time. So this allows that space.
Right.
And as soon as I said we provide a meal with Patient and Family Advisory Council, with the men's groups, we also provide a meal for them. Provide that space just for them to get together and just talk. So that's what that barbecue is doing, something over the summertime just to get together and men just discuss the kind of what they're experiencing. And we celebrate the challenging moments, but also we discuss some of those challenging moments, but also celebrate things that are going well,
right,
or when you've reached those milestones through your journey at the same time.
So this flyer as well, we will share for you guys to see. It's going to be August 3rd, 4 to 7 p.m. Registration is required by July 27th. So prepare to see this piece of social media on all of our places as well. David Quiroz Jr. is here. Good morning to you, David Quiroz Jr. That's another dear friend of ours from Birth to Five, Illinois. Come on. See, it's all about connecting and making it happen for people.
Yes.
All right, so the time is 9:26. There's a couple other things that we just don't have time for, but the Rush Copley Foundation donation request form we have here, we'll share this. And then also there is, the only other thing was we did the Patient Family Advisory Council. Okay. Was there a cutoff date for this?
No, it's ongoing. So there are 3-year terms. So as individuals, they can choose to renew another year. Or maybe more college age, younger adults, there is a 1-year commitment, because we know at times they might be going away to college or might not be able to commit for 3 years. So there's different opportunities. So right now we do have spots for about 1 to 2 more members to join, but then eventually we'll have other spots as individuals have their terms kind of come up where they're closing out on their 3 years of being with us, or that renewal of the 3 years has taken place.
Okay. Desiree Avitia, good morning to you as well. Well, this was, come on.
See?
All we do is
I think
win.
we need a whole hour.
We do need a whole hour. Well, interestingly, good segue. Interestingly enough, Mariana is also going to be speaking with Luz on Buenos Dias, Aurora. So that hour time in another language for 30 minutes is definitely going to happen. I want to say thank you very much to Mariana for coming on to Good Morning Aurora for her very first time. And right now we're going to go to a commercial. When the commercial ends, Buenos Dias Aurora begins. So head on over to that Facebook page. Check it out. It's also going to be live on ACTV and also YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good one, and Good Morning Aurora will return on Monday.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.